Good morning. I feel like there's a lot that's been happening that I want to catch you guys up on. I don't know if I've said it before, but for the past like 5 to 7 years, I've been working in the film and TV industry in Atlanta. At first I was doing production office work, and then I recently switched over to being an accounting clerk on the show Tulsa King. I just found out some news that basically my job is gonna go away. I found myself in this like weird pivotal moment where I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? I've already been working on socials, obviously started this channel. I was like kind of in a space where I was like, okay, well, I don't really want to start a career again and like go work for other people, because I just realized that it really doesn't make me happy. I do think I have an issue with authority and I don't enjoy being on other people's schedules, and I just want to be my own boss, and I want to be creative, and I want to like pursue my own interests and build my empire. I just have a lot of big dreams. Finding this news out, I was like, okay, and they were basically like, you're gonna have 6 weeks kind of to help with the transition of the show. So I'm like, all right, well, I have like a month-ish of pay that I can kind of semi-rely on. But then after that, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, because obviously the social stuff is like kind of new, and I've really been struggling on my TikTok page to get any traction there. Good news is that yesterday, or like over the weekend, I actually had a big realization, and I decided that I wanted to start my niche as like fashion, because I think I've talked about it, and I have videos on my page about this, but I've been on a weight loss journey for 3 years, and I recently celebrated hitting 45 pounds lost. I'm not technically like where I want to be yet. One thing that has been really top of my mind is I've been really wanting to develop my personal style. I've always loved dressing, and I love dressing on theme. I don't feel like other people look at me as like a fashion girly, and I didn't grow up. My parents didn't have the money to be like always buying me new clothes all the time. I think in my head I've always felt like kind of an imposter. Like I was like, why would people pay attention to me when it comes to fashion stuff? Genuinely, I think I have a good eye, especially thrifting. I already resell stuff on Poshmark. I recently found another creator on YouTube who she has this whole channel about her resale business. I'll link her in the bio as well. Her name is called Janelle Resells. So I found her video. I found that very inspiring. And so basically I'm trying to restart my socials. I've also expressed a lot of interest in upcycling. So I thought about all of these things in tandem, and I was like, this is what my niche should be. If you've been like keeping up with me for a while, especially on TikTok, I've been struggling so hard with finding my niche. And for a while I was like trying to make my niche kind of like inspiration in my life and stuff. It's hard to post about that when you don't feel confident all the time and you don't feel like you have your life figured out. It was just, I was getting so in my head about it. So now feeling like I've figured this out, and this also seems like a legitimate way to like have a business and make money, and it's something I'm interested in and I feel excited about, and already I have like a million ideas of things that I want to do. So I just am feeling really excited about it. That has inspired me this week to make a video kind of like living my life as a content creator. I'm not working this week. They decided to let us have this week off. I'm not being paid. I was like, this is a good experiment to see what my life would be like if I was living as a full-time content creator. I just wanted to bring you guys along so that I can document this and maybe one day look back at this and be like, wow, look at where I started. This morning I'm gonna go try to work on some stuff, get my thoughts organized. So something I've been kind of struggling with is I've been looking on Depop and Poshmark a lot, trying to look for clothes that I like, but I actually am kind of finding that there's more stuff that I don't like. And then it's kind of got me spiraling in this thought of like, I don't actually even know like what I want to be wearing. Another weird thing that I've started noticing too is that despite the fact that I've lost weight and I feel like I can wear clothes that fit my body more, the types of clothes that I feel really attracted to are actually quite baggy. Feeling a little bit conflicted about that as well. Like I'm like, do I want to just be wearing like t-shirts and like baggy pants all the time? I don't know. But right now I'm trying to kind of just come up with basically I really suck at branding, and so I'm trying to come up with a mood board of colors and textures of things that I like, so that I can use that and try to come up with a more curated brand identity. Because I also worked on my link tree today. I just kind of like, when I start working on things and I realize I'm like, ugh, I actually have no idea like what I want anything to look like. I just realized I have to address that problem first before anything else. So that's what we're doing. Okay, I just finished my design on Canva that has all of my makeup, clothes, you know, nature inspo. I feel very inspired by nature, like colors, patterns, textures. I just finished that, so I'm gonna see if I can use this to generate like a color palette and like a vibe, and use this as sort of like my inspo board for my brand moving forward. Do you wanna see it? Come on. that's me. One of my goals is to post on Poshmark and Depop at least 3 items every single day until I like run out of things to post. Now I'm going to be working on that for a little bit. So basically I'm just going to take pictures of everything and then I'm going to sit and like put all the listings up. So get ready for fast forward, Sarah. This is everything I'm going to be taking pictures of today. I have 3 pairs of shoes and 4 pieces of clothing. For anything that goes on a hanger, I like to hang it up, and I like to have the same background for everything, so I put everything here, and then I always take the pictures with flash on my phone. Another truth that I'm learning to accept about making content and existing online is that like I do to a certain level think that wearing makeup and how you show up online is kind of part of your brand image. And I think with my personal page, a big mistake I made was like I wanted it to be like too casual. I appreciate people being casual. There's just something about like when somebody has their makeup on, like they just look put together. All I'm saying is that I've decided that when I am filming stuff for TikTok, I have a certain look that I want to have because I want to be familiar and I want people to have that brand recognition with me and instantly recognize me. Part of that is having my makeup on. I do feel a lot prettier when I have my makeup on, which also, while we're talking about it, this L'Oreal True Match foundation, incredible foundation. I'm obsessed with this stuff. I wasn't wearing foundation for the longest time, and then I found this stuff and I was like, holy shit, this stuff is amazing. I was recommended this by Shelby Ann on TikTok, so if you're on TikTok, 1, go follow me, 2, go follow her. I feel like one of the harder parts about starting out stuff like this is that like when you don't have anybody engaged with you, you feel like you're kind of talking into the void. So then it feels like you're like a crazy person because you're like, nobody's really like engaging with this yet, but I just kind of have to keep going and like pretending like people are. And of course I feel blessed to have some really lovely friends that do keep up with my stuff. Shout out to my crew. You guys rock. Just finished my makeup. Thumbnail time. Okay, so now I'm about to film some TikToks. Y'all better be going to support me! Y'all love me for real if you're here right now. Thank you, and I love you too. Okay, so here, I'm gonna let you watch me film my cringy TikToks. Hey! The last thing that I have to do today that was on my to-do list is I want to film like an introductory video for my TikTok, just so people like know who I am when they come to my page. There's only like 6 videos up right now, so when they come to my page, they know who I am, they know what the deal is, they know like what differentiates me. So I'm trying to film that right now, and I think I should probably sit and like script it out, but I really don't want to do that. I'm honestly like the laziest person. I really don't know why I want to have my own business. Don't know. We're gonna do it anyway because I'm forcing myself to do it. I feel like my brain is so dead, and I was trying to film that intro and I filmed like a bunch of takes and I have no idea if any of them are gonna be any good. So that's gonna be a super fun bitch to edit actually. Yay. Guys, I'm so excited. I just made my very first sale on Depop. I was also just like thinking about how when you're starting to do something new, I want to be a clothing reseller and start this whole business venture. Like, it's not gonna happen in the first day. I'm just like feeling really good. I'm like about to go to the grocery store and drop off the package at the USPS store, and I just truly love being on my own schedule. Like, I love that I'm not having to like be at work or sit in traffic. I can just do, and I can work as I feel needed to, and I feel self-motivated. And honestly, I just like feel so much more aligned with what I want to be doing, and like the vision seems so much more clear. I'm honestly live, laughing, loving right now. When I dropped the package off at the USPS, I sold another item on Poshmark. When it rains, it pours, y'all. I'm like, not me being a whole ass businesswoman. Anyway, we're about to go to Aldi. Back there. I get really overstimulated in the grocery store, so I'm not gonna bring you guys, but just know I was here. You know what's funny is I keep thinking that I'm getting better at talking to the camera, and then when I'll have the camera out, I feel like before I turn it on, I'm always thinking like, oh, that's what I'm gonna say. Like I literally sit here and look like a crazy person because I'll be like going through what I want to say, but yeah, I don't know. I've just been having a lot of like really conflicting feelings lately. My Scorpio moon, she just really wants me to be like always thinking so deeply and like wants to be so seen and so understood all the time. And I think it's been hard for me because one, like a lot of my girlfriends in my life that really I feel like see me and understand me, they're like not around right now. See what I mean? See what I mean? I get so serious all the time and I'm like, bitch, why are you so fucking serious? Fucking relax, bitch. Y'all, if I was vlogging in like 2023, y'all would have been like, who is this bitch? I was so much more vibrant, and I just feel like the light inside of me has just been like sucked fucking dry. And like Connor's out of town right now, and I especially feel like when he's not around, I don't be hee ha ha. Like I'm not giggling because I feel like is like my bestie for real, and he brings out all like the fun parts of me. And so I miss him. I do really, really miss him. When he's not around, I just feel like I get really in my head. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so lame. I have no friends. Yada, yada. I want to get my spark back. As like annoying as I feel like that is, but I do. What I'm trying to tell myself is pressure makes diamonds. I think too, I also just feel like I've been in hustle season after hustle season after hustle season. And every single year I'm like, okay, this is my year. This is the year that all the seeds that I planted flowered. And in some ways I've had some flowers, but in other ways I feel like I'm still planting damn seeds. All right, that's enough of that. After I record this, I'm gonna do like a little pack with me, and then we're gonna go drop that off, go to Target, and then maybe come back and go to the pool. She's crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. I sold 3 items yesterday, which is crazy because I literally just started taking my reselling stuff seriously. But I am about to film for TikTok some pack orders with me kind of vibe. So I was gonna let you guys kind of see what I do. See how it goes. Hi guys, welcome back. I actually had a really great day with my resale stuff yesterday. I actually sold 3 items. Good morning, Stink. Hi. Let me put you down real quick. If you can't tell, I replaced the light bulbs in my bathroom. I did that all by myself. No man required. I was supposed to go hit glutes today at the gym, but honestly, I really don't feel like it. I feel like, unpopular opinion, I actually hate hitting glute day, even though I like having a dumpy. At what cost though? I feel like also because my glute day is on Friday, and by the time Friday comes around, I just like never really want to go. So I thought that today I was feeling called to go on a hike. So I'm gonna get ready and we're gonna go on a hike. And trust me, walking up those hills will work the glutes. So yesterday I was a little bit sad, obviously. And I've just decided I'm not going to be sad today. I was sort of reflecting. I honestly feel like sometimes I spend too much time reflecting. Like, I think sometimes I need to reflect less. But I was just thinking about, like, how last year was the year of the snake on the zodiac astrology. I went through my friendship breakups. I feel like there's, like, a lot of change in my social dynamics. And I was thinking about how last year I went from having a few years ago, I went from having this like really big friend group of people, and now I almost feel like my friend group is so small, or it's just like very spread out. I think when things like that happen, it's like the universe is opening you up for something different and like what you're really looking for. And so I've been trying to just relax, embrace the time alone, because time alone was something that I asked for. I wanted time to work on my stuff, and like truly, I will say, reflecting on the last week, I have been like busy. Have been busy working on all my depop stuff. I think I just got sad because I was watching Sarah Baska's birthday thing, and she like had all these friends, and I was like, I remember what it was like having all my friends around. God, why am I so fucking sad, bro? Why am I so sad? I'm off to go hiking. I'll see you guys when I get back. I just got back from hiking, and when I got home, I took a shower, which was so nice. My hair was literally so disgusting. And then my friend Carly's coming over, so I needed to clean the house for her because Carly is a very classy lady, and I like want my house to be nice and clean to impress her. Do you hear how crispy that pop was? Also, I feel like drinking a Coke Zero out of a Dr. Pepper koozie is like way not cool. Anyway, let's debrief the hike. So basically when I first walked up, I was walking and there's this little like river part. There's this doe and she just is like walking in the water. Like it was probably the most magical thing I've ever seen. And then she starts like walking and I think she saw me so she was like a little scared. But then she walked right up to the beach where there was this branch overhanging and she was like kind of hiding in the branch. And she was just like so gorgeous. And I wanted her to come out, but she seemed like really nervous about me. So like I moved on. And then like shortly after that, I started kind of going into the woods area and I'm not joking you, there was probably 20 mosquitoes that were like all following me. Like I attracted like a herd or something because every time I would stop, literally I could feel them all over me. And I was like, psh, psh, psh. Like it was so bad. And then I ran into this girly pop and she was like, hey, can you help me find the bamboo forest? Like, where is it? I've literally been here like all these times trying to find it and I can't find it. So I go over to the thing and I like show her and I'm like, girl, you're very far away. You are very far away from the bamboo forest. And she was like, I'm gonna hit it next time. And I said, that's what I would do too. So anyway, so then like I continue on with my hike and I'm like hearing all these little birds, like, but mostly I'm kind of trying to run away from my mosquitoes. Like I'm kind of in a zoom mode right now because they're following me. And then I keep going. I reach this like hill. This is like the steepest incline. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die. Literally I get to the top, I'm dripping sweat. Like the humidity outside was no joke. It was like probably like 88 degrees outside. Soaking wet. The sun wasn't even on me and I'm dripping sweat on my lip. It was so gross. But I get to the top and I like take a little breath. Then I continue onwards and I am like kind of just like walking, like facing the ground, like trying not to like trip on anything. And all of a sudden I kind of like look up and me and this other deer, we like lock eyes for a second. And we're like, whoop. And like we scare each other. Like she got a little scared and I was like, whoa. And then like she kind of like scampered like 10 feet away and then she was like, okay, I'm gonna be here. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna be here. And so then we were cool. So then like I continued onward. And then I'm just kind of like walking, doing my thing. There was lots of cool mushrooms. I saw like a couple lizards that were like scampering around, like those little blue and the black ones with the like blue and yellow stripes on them. I saw a chipmunk crawl into its hole. That was really cute. Saw lots of squirrels. And then I was like walking around and there's kind of this like deck that you can like observe off of. So I was sitting on the deck and I was kind of like having my like king of the world like moment because genuinely I've never felt air that smelled that good. Like this was like pure like southern summer air and oh my God, it smelled so good. And like this like breeze of wind was like coming up and I was like, just like it felt so amazing. And then I'm sitting there and I'm enjoying the view. All of a sudden I see this like shadow like cross over and I'm like, oh my God, there's a hawk. And then like I like look up and I kind of like see it go that way and then it like banks around and then it came back and I'm literally like watching it like soar like right above me and I was like, oh man, that was so cool. And I was like, damn, nature is pretty incredible. And then after that I continued on with my walk because then I like saw other people coming. So like I continued on my walk and I'm just kind of like meandering along. And then I run into this guy on the trail and he has like a vest on and he's like doing surveys for people. And he's like, hey, like I'm with the parks, like I have some mushrooms. And I was like, oh my God. And I had just taken a cool picture of mushroom and I was like, oh my God, I just took a cool picture of mushroom. And so I showed it to him and then we just kind of like started talking and turns out his name was Julian and maybe he's watching this right now. If so, hi Julian. But yeah, we were just like chatting away and it was so fun talking to him because I had been feeling so lonely earlier in the day
And I was like really nervous to go do things like out and about by myself for some reason, which is like not normal for me. But like honestly, while I was there and I was in the nature, it was like the nature was so calming to me. And I realized I just haven't been hiking and I haven't been in nature in a minute. And like nature just, I feel like, centers me and makes me remember like what, like why I'm doing what I'm doing and like my direction. And like I just feel so much more like at peace about things. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm having the best time by myself. Like, I don't need to feel like all sad and lonely. Like, girl, you literally asked for this. Like, I was the one that was like, you know what? I think I need like a little bit of space so that I can like really focus on all these things. And then I was like, wait, I'm sad that I'm getting space. But it's like, girl, you asked for this. But anyway, I think I just like wanted some like human connection. So it was like really nice running into Julian because we were just talking about like nature and he was like asking me about the Braves. And honestly, he was so sweet and he just like would ask me questions and I was just like yap. I was in such a yappy mood. It was so lovely like chatting with him, and like I just feel like that's so rare now when you are just out and about and you like strike up a conversation with somebody and it's just like totally random, like, and you just have like such a wonderful conversation. So then me and Julian parted ways. Another cool thing about running into Julian was that he said he didn't have Instagram or TikTok. And I was like, oh my God, that's so refreshing. And I mean, I obviously love social media and I'm like obviously trying to build myself up on it so that I can like not have to work real jobs anymore. It was like really refreshing and it was like cool because it was like, oh, I only would have connected with this person like from being in this situation, you know? And I think that's like why it's so important to just like go out and do things and just like bring that positive energy about yourself, because you never know like who you could run into or like what conversation you could have or what energy could be brought to your life, you know? And I really feel like the universe like brings you what you need when you need it, and the universe knows best. So anyway, it was it was just like truly like a really lovely moment in nature, chatting together. Then I left Julian and I continued onward. Where did I go after that? Then like I kind of like was like heading, I was like beaming walking away from this conversation. I was like so happy and so like smiley, and it was like just really sweet. And then I kind of just like continued onward, went down to the river, and then the mosquitoes found me again. But then I was like walking down and I saw the heron. He was like just standing so majestically, like literally in the most perfect spot. I was like, he was posing, genuinely. So I took some pics of him and then like was kind of like running away from mosquitoes again. And then like I saw this like cute squirrel like jump and like crawl like right across me. That was really cool. I saw a baby frog. Yeah, I saw so much nature. And I was like thinking about how when you were a kid and you would go on nature walks and you would be like, oh my God, like nature's so boring. Like I didn't see anything. They said I was going to see all this stuff and I didn't see anything. But that was me as a kid. I was always like, where is the entertainment? But you realize when you get older that like the entertainment is like when you're quiet. But like obviously I'm sure as kids when we're like traipsing through the woods, we're like so loud and like scaring all the animals away. But yeah, it's cool when you like walk and you're just like totally quiet, like how close to animals and nature and things you can get and how much you just notice like walking around and how fun it is. It's like I Spy, but like for adults. I got back and I was like pretty tired, got back to my car, and then I left and I said, you know what I need? A little bit of ice cream. So I went to Chick-fil-A. I had hella reward points. Got me a little ice cream, chowed on down. Yeah. And I'm home. I took a shower, cleaned, and now I'm here. And I'm so excited because Carly's gonna come over soon. I'm gonna hang out with her. We're gonna go to the Battery. So yeah, I was like fun telling you my story. Thank you for listening.
Happy Friday. I'm so excited. This morning I talked to my friend Corey on the phone and we actually had a really nice chat. And right now I'm getting ready to go sit by the river. I'm like being so avoidant of my work, but I honestly am just trying to enjoy the summer. Like it's so beautiful outside and I feel like I just need to like be outside, be in the sun, and like I'm gonna go try to sit by the river, but if it's like too crowded and hectic and I can't park, I'm just gonna come back and go to the pool. But I packed myself a little sandwich.